Alright, so I don't have anybody watching, but for anybody who watches this after it's posted, um, so my name is JasperBlades1983. I'm on Twitch, YouTube, and I'm trying to work myself into Facebook. The reason I'm doing this video is to show people who may be working on their building practices and all that stuff, the things they may need to do to get better. Things like that. I'm just in a battle lab right now. I mean, it's like a 3-hour thing, so it gives you, you know, it gives you like, it's like a 4-hour thing, but it gives you enough time to be able to hone your building skills. As you can see, I've done some building right there. So in this video, I want to give a shout out to several people. One of them is FB Bread Buffalo. That's on Facebook. FB and then BRED and then Buffalo with one F. Okay. The other one is Juggernaut. So I'm going to basically demonstrate some of the things I've seen them do with their builds and things like that. And just basically go from there. So basically to start, alright, so I've got my build out, as you can see. So the first thing you want to do is start with the floor, and as you can see I did it backwards there, so, but you want to start with the floor, okay, wall, ramp, right? So floor, wall, ramp, floor, wall, ramp, and then you want to try to make it repetitive really fast while you're doing your build, right? And the idea, right, is to make sure that if you can, like when you're building, like say you're coming up to get ready to build, if you put those walls like right here and right there, like if you know you're getting ready to build and you're fast enough, you put up the walls like that, protect your build, right? And then you start building. And the idea is to try and get multiple ramps up. As you can see, I did that. Okay, I messed that one up, but as you can see, basically that's the generalization of it. So basically what I'm trying to do is make sure that my build can't be knocked down easily, that I can't be shot down and take a lot of fall damage. What you also want to do is try not to get too far from your build. As you can see, I kind of fell there. But the idea is to try and stay as close to the base of your build as possible in a way. Like, alright, so we're going to tear this down for a second. Alright, so say we need to make our way down, right? You see how this is close to the build? See, now we can do this. And I mean, it's not that much of a fall, but the idea is, let me go back up there. Sorry if this is boring you, I'm just trying to help people that are wanting to learn. But okay, so like, alright, so you can see where I've gone to there. Alright, so if you know you need to go down a level, if you have built there, you know that you can make it down. Also to know that, like, say somebody builds below you. Let's say I didn't build below, but somebody else did, and I see that. That's another way to also use other people's builds to get down. So the best idea when you start a build is to start with brick or steel or metal, whatever you want to call it. And the reason for that is now that there's guns in the game that can set your builds on fire, if you get high up and the bottom of your build is made of wood, all they have to do is set it on fire and you're basically done, because they don't even have to like really shoot. They'll set the bottom of the build on fire down here, and you'll be up here, right? And that bottom will burn out and you'll just fall. So also try to keep that in mind. Also, so another thing that I learned from Bread Buffalo is that what you want to do is try and keep. Okay, so I haven't done it here, but like he said, always watch your top, right? Because you'll have people. So like when you're building, right? Let's go up one more level, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so when you're building around, you want to try and get that. There we go. You want to try and keep that roof covered because you'll have some people that will try to build above you and shoot down on you. So there's that. So basically, you could do that, and then say you need out of it. You'll see that, how the roof opens up. And I mean, I would have died there, but it's open, allows you to get out, and then you can build from there. So something I learned from Juggernaut on Facebook. If y'all will please go give shout outs, follows, likes, shares to Juggernaut and Facebook Bread Buffalo. They're the ones I've learned building from basically. When I see Juggernaut build, he does this. Not that, sorry, wrong button. He does where he builds multiple ramps like this. See that? How that works? But he also basically when he's building floor wall ramp, and he's doing it twice in a row. And when you do that from the bottom, as you can see, it would take a whole lot more to shoot that down than, a lot of people are willing to waste rounds. And if you build up high, most people are going to try and follow and build, and they will try to build battle you. But this is the basic gist of it. But basically what I'm trying to do is encourage others to come in and to battle labs and stuff like that need to practice their building. And you can spend countless hours in here. I know it's each one is only 4 hours, but you can start. I mean, there's not like a limit to how many you can do. And as you can see, like, let's say that this other build that I just connected to had been somebody else's build. I connected to it, and now I'm using it. So, I mean, it's just a way to, if you secure your build to somebody else's build with mats and stuff like that, then basically, the idea is to secure your build as much as possible. So, like, see, I've just connected these 3 builds. The 3 builds that I've had are now connected. So let's say I was in a build battle, and I got to where I connected to other builds, and say I'm way up here and I've built, and I'm trying not to get attacked, right? So we're up here, right? Basically, what you want to try to do is stop anybody from coming there, right? Because let's say they try to use your own build against you. Right? So I'm going to protect that. Okay? And when you get up here, the idea is just to keep building. And again, when you get up this high, I mean, unless you know somebody's building above you, I really wouldn't worry about protecting the top unless you get against somebody that's like really super freaking sweaty. But if you start to, just know you want to use something to protect yourself. And then you can basically just work your way around. And again, here we go where we can have to kind of destroy this ramp, but okay, well I destroyed that instead. But basically, as you can see, you can do small windows. That's another thing. What you want to try and do is learn to fast edit. A lot of them, let me actually get up here in the open. Okay. So what you want to do is basically just, when you're up here practicing, okay, you want to be able to fast edit all the stuff you do, right? So you want to get fast enough where you can build wall with a door, no door, window, small windows. Okay, you want to be able to, per se, okay, well it's not doing it for some reason. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so maybe it'll do it now because okay, so trying to figure out. Okay, so that's how you got to do the bottom floor. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm still also learning to build battle. Okay, I'm still learning the edits and all that stuff. So basically, what you want to do is learn how to edit walls, and you want to be able to do this fast. Because say you need to get down, right? And right here's not really a good spot, but say you need to get down, right? Alright. You see how that worked? So I would have died there, but as you can see, the idea, the reason it's good to stay close to your build is because you want to try and work your way back down if you have to. So there's that. Let me grab some more mats real quick. And the only reason I grabbed weapons and stuff in this match is to help myself along in case somebody else comes into the match and tries to just fuck with me. But as you can see, you get the gist of it. Something else I'm about to also do that I realized I just didn't do. That you can do if you need to get down off builds that I didn't do a second ago. I'll go back over here in just a second, climb that same build again. Alright, so we're going to go up here and climb these builds again because we need to be way up there. Actually, we can just build up to them probably. We'll go over here and build up to them to kind of give the example. I want that. Alright, so we have our build that's way up there. Say we come up on it and we know we got people up there, right? And again, you want to try and let me do it right from the bottom. Okay, so All right. All right, now, say you're way up here and you need to freaking get down, right? All right, see that? So the idea would then be to fast edit this wall. That didn't work the way I wanted to. Okay, so for some reason it's not working the way I needed to, but okay, say you need to get down, right? These bounce pads are a good way to get out and away because you get down without taking any fall damage. Okay? Another good way to get down, okay? Go back up here real quick. These charges. As you can see, I'm back down on the ground, and you wouldn't take any damage. Just be here. That's another thing. If you get into trouble and you feel like you need to get away, you can use those charges. You can use them. I'll have to find some more in just a second. But you can use them for just about anything. Also, when you use them, like say you're on ground level, right? If you throw one down, like I did, and you like jump up and away, it'll like push you further, and you'll fly away further and be able to get space between you and your enemy if you need to. So this is another thing that I've learned from watching them other guys, is that when you're needing to get above somebody, these bounce pads work great. As you can see, now I've gotten higher up, so, and I just dropped 2 of them, but ooh, all the way down to the bottom. Anxiety and enticing, I know. But basically, the gist of what you're trying to get out of it is that what you want to do is, and also in this mode, not only can you build battle. What was that? You can challenge yourself into, taking on enemies, things like that. There's a noise in the bathroom. I'm going to go see what it was. All right. Give me a second, folks. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so basically... So if you want to learn how to deal with like multiple enemies at a time... As you can see, you know, you can play with it. Also practice with the different types I wasn't about to let a bot kill me. But as you can actually have a lot of fun with this version, as you can see. I'll go ahead and use these real quick, and I'll go grab a med kit. So basically, you can use Battle Lab to practice all sorts of things, engaging multiple enemies at a time. You can even, like, alright, say you want to practice against, you know, people that aren't going to, like, sweat you hard and all that stuff, right? So you can use these non-friendly bots, spawn them into the game, and once you spawn them into the game, just start building, basically. I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to here in just a second. Let me heal up and get my stuff straight. But my idea is basically to build and then see how well I do building against the bots with multiple people shooting at me at one time. The idea is just to kind of hone your skills, right? But so all these guys, you know, all the top players will tell you creative is the place to go into, or these battle labs, it's the place to go into and to really hone your skills when it comes to like building and things like that, because you're not sweated by a bunch of people, and if you're in there by yourself like I am right now, I'm in this thing by myself, you're not worried about a bunch of people freaking sweating you. And you can hone some of your skills. You can use the bot grenades to put non-friendly people in and build and all that good stuff. So, I mean, that's my plan for how I'm going to work things. Alright, so... And yeah, so some people are going to be like, oh, you already got metal maxed out. The reason I'm doing this is because while I'm in here, it makes it easier to just pick up mats as I go along. I don't have to keep chopping stuff up to create mats and all that stuff for me. Alright, so there's that. I don't know if IOs spawn in this one or not. And I don't know if, like, the AI is spawning this one either. So, I mean, that is something I don't really know because I haven't really explored this that great. I used to do this all the time in last season, but I haven't done it this season, so I don't know if they changed anything. So I guess we'll figure out here in a second if Mando is in the middle of the map or not. I don't think he does because I haven't seen any of the other AIs spawn into the map yet. But if he does, it's a great way to hone your skills. So earlier I was talking about like builds, right? Like metal, not metal, but wood builds. All right, so let me. I did that, but. All right, so. I'm not sure if it works against your own builds, but yeah, okay, so it didn't set that on fire. But basically, I'll go over there and set Butterborn on fire here in just a second. Basically what you want to do is shoot a wood structure, whether it be a house, or if they're building their build out of wood, you want to use the dragon's breath to set that sucker on fire. If you can't build, especially if you're a new builder and you can't build to them or as fast as them, you can bring them to you. So, something else to keep in mind. Alright, like, see, this is a wood house, right? Hopefully this works. Because it works in-game. Well. Okay, well, normally the Dragon's Breath shotgun, sorry about that, it's not doing it. But normally, with wooden structures, you can set them ablaze. The whole house, trees, everything will burn. And say that your build is too close to a tree, the tree burns, and your build is wood, guess what? Your build will burn. But as you can see, basically, I've given you the gist of it. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or any of the streamers you may follow for advice. Or some of the streamers I've mentioned here, FB Bread Buffalo, Juggernaut. Some of those guys are really great, or not some of them, all those guys are really great guys. And, just reach out to them. Everybody's here to help everybody grow, and we'll go from there.